That's my hair. Hey everybody, Jason Loucks here, founder of secretlender.com, foreclosure investing system, a million other things. I've been around the block and back again in real estate. And today I'm going to cover how to get great repair costs for your properties. Before I jump right in, if you want to get a 21-minute walkthrough video of how we do this, specifically including getting excellent repairs, including sometimes not even having to fix them, go ahead and visit secretlender.com, and that 21 walkthrough video is a complete framework of how we do this from start to finish. Anyway, repair costs. Here's the thing. The difference between what people think it costs to fix a house and what it actually costs to fix a house, if you're a rehabber and you're in the business, is all of our profit, okay? Maybe not all of it, but a huge percentage of our profit. In other words, I'll give you a perfect example. When we go look at properties, especially bank-owned properties or REO properties or things where, the public has access to them just like we as investors do, we're constantly looking for properties that need substantial work in order to have a big amount of equity in them. Well, here's the thing. If a property just needs landscaping, paint and carpet, cosmetic issues, those are nice, those are fun, but they're also able to be bought and sold by owner-occupants with bank loans. So if an owner-occupant can put 10% down, or FHA's 3% or 20% if they go to their credit union or whatever, and they can buy the house that's just a little rough around the edges or needs TLC or whatever other buzzwords some guru guy from a seminar stage told you should look for, those owner-occupants are going to bid the price up to the point where it's very close to full price once you add in the nominal cost of repairs, right? Obviously, those repairs are not expensive, but it's very, very difficult to buy properties for 60 cents on the dollar, 65 cents on the dollar, 50 cents on the dollar, 40 cents on the dollar, 30, those rock bottom prices that we really want, that we as investors not only want, but need, because we need to be able to, on top of that, pay the closing costs and the carrying costs. On top of that, pay the repairs costs and still leave, where am I on the frame here, right? And still leave enough profit for us for the point of doing it all, right? Most people are looking for that paint and carpet job because they're lazy investors. The good news is, if you're not a lazy investor, you can go after the ones that look horrible, and here's the big takeaway on that. The difference between what it actually costs to fix the property, let me put that down here, what it actually costs to fix the property and what everybody else thinks it's going to cost is a huge chunk of our profit. Let me say that again, right? Our profits come from the difference between what it really costs to fix and what people think it costs to fix. So I'll give you a perfect example. I'm doing a rehab right now, actually. It's a kitchen, right? Bottom cabinets, base cabinets got all rotted out. There was a roof leak. The water came through the roof. I don't know how or why, but welcome to South Florida. We get storms all the time. Water came pouring in through the roof, ruined one of the walls, rotted out the ceiling, went down the wall and down the ceiling, down the back of the cabinets. For whatever reason, the top cabinets are fine, but the bottom cabinets, that's where the water came out, they're all rotted out. It's a big hole in the wall behind there where the drywall fell in. It's a mess, all right? The roof already went out. He peeled back and re-shingled half of the peak roof. Perfect condition, $1,500. The drywaller just went in there recently. He redid the entire ceiling in the Florida room. We call them Florida rooms. You guys in Arizona call them Arizona rooms. There's probably something called a New York room in New York and a California room in California. But that little step down to the back room that a lot of times has been enclosed over time, right? The entire ceiling pulled off, replaced with drywall, painted, taped, everything, and re-stuccoed because it was knocked down, okay? He went in and he did all the drywall on the walls in the kitchen that needed it, put in the green board and the waterproofing in the back of the sink, everything except putting in the actual cabinets, $800, okay? The cabinet guy is on the hook. New cabinets, the top of the line stuff, installed $1,200 for all the base cabinets in an entire L kitchen. Okay, so all told, we're looking at $3,500, something like that, for a full rehab of an entire kitchen, all the walls, a ceiling, and a roof. Okay, now, when an owner-occupant walks into a house like that and looks at it, they say to themselves, that's going to be $30,000. or that's going to be $35,000, or that's going to be $40,000. Guess how I know? Well, the insurance adjuster's estimates for that house were $24,000, and with bids to prove it. Contractors had actually given bids for $24,000 for the roof and $18,000 for the kitchen. So if an owner-occupant went out there and took those bids, they think it's going to cost $42,000 to fix that house. Damage that took $3,500 to actually replace, okay? Now, when you're looking at properties out there in the world, you'll see a lot of properties where, somebody retail price on that property, for the repairs might be $80,000. They say, oh, it's going to need all this tile, it's going to need all new walls, it's a complete rehab, it's a 1,500 square foot house, it's going to cost $80,000. I'm here to tell you right now, it does not cost $80,000 to rehab a 1,500 square foot house. It costs about $80,000, just so you know, to build one from the ground up, okay? So when a skilled rehabber, especially a skilled rehabber with their own crew, gets in there, they take one look at it and they say, that's not an $80,000 job, that's a $20,000 job. And just like that, there's $60,000 equity in the property, right? Just like that, when they go into let's say a $250,000 house, they got $60,000 in equity just walking in the door. That's 20-some% equity. Now, if the seller's thinking it's going to cost $80,000 to fix and it's worth $250,000, they're starting at $150,000 or $140,000. or 130, thinking it's going to be 80,000, and there has to be equity in it or no one's going to want to buy it, right? Well, if we're doing it, but we know it costs 20, you get so many deals. It just makes the whole thing more accessible, and that's the real repair cost. Remember, if you want a 21-minute walkthrough video, if you want me to show you how we do this, oftentimes doing it without fixing the properties, go ahead on over to secretlender.com, double check, see if this is for you. If it is for you, there's a video there of exactly how we do this, how we get the money to do this, and how we make more profits per deal. If you have any questions, or if you, like what you see and you want to share it with somebody else, check the link down below if you want to check it out for yourself. Share this video with anybody you think needs to see it if they're in the business and they're currently going through the ringer of rehabs and repair costs and all that other stuff. And if you would hit the like button for me if you like this, if you share this with somebody, if you've got any questions, go ahead and ask them down below, right in the comments. And if I see the same question more than once or twice, I'm going to go ahead and make a video about it. So if you do have any video requests or questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Again, I'm Jason Loucks from secretlender.com, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. So if you want to know how to do that, how to create those big equities by bringing your repair costs down to what it really costs, not the inflated price the world wants owner-occupants to pay, wants people who aren't in the business to pay. How does it, I'm sure if you've been in the business for any length of time, you look at the sold comps, you look at the properties you thought about making offers on, you see people outbid you, and you say, there's no way they're making money. And then later you see they sold it for a big profit, and you say, how did they do that? The answer is they got their repairs in line. They got it right. They're good at the business, right? They're not screwing around owner-occupants, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's not like those home shows where they rehab an entire house in 22 minutes and they're picking out the tile and they're picking out the grannies. That's not the real business, all right? If you want to know what the real business is, go ahead and check out secretlender.com. Check out that 21-minute video and see if this is something that would work for you. So if you like that 21-minute walkthrough video, I'm happy to give you more training. It's a free DVD training I'll send you. Just tell me how you want me to send it to you and where you want me to send it. All right, back to the point. If you're in the business, there's sort of 3 levels of repairs. The first level that most people are aware of is the retail price of repairs. This is if you go down to Home Depot or you just call a general contractor and you say, listen, I want new tile in my house, and you walk through and you say, oh, I want that tile. Oh, I don't like this one, I want that one. And it's, $3 or $4 a foot for the tile, $3 or $4 a foot for the installation, okay? The other way, the next level down, is if you're a rehabber who uses a contractor. Well, if that contractor has his own crew, he's paying his crew, he's paying for the repairs, and he's paying himself. Okay? And that's not bad, and I don't begrudge them their profit. Just know that a GC is more expensive than having your own crew if you're consistently in business, if you're going to keep your crew busy, right? And then there's a lot of people who have a rehab crew. If you have your rehab crew, that's the cheapest of all. It's just parts and labor, okay? So, it's even less expensive if you've got your own crew than it is if you have a contractor. It's even less expensive if you work with a rehab contractor than it is if you go retail. I got a bid from Home Depot for tile in my own house for $15,600. I literally was laughing at the guy. I was like, is that a joke? You need more batteries in your calculator? What happened? We'll get the same thing done for less than $4,000. I know for sure because I already priced it out and I'm already waiting for the guy to tell me when he's ready to write him the check. All right?